Hello there, fellow peasants. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 thrillers of all time. Alright, let's get into it. Number 5, Basic Instinct. Basic Instinct has Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas in it. Sharon Stone is a novelist who writes about murder. It happens to be she is accused of murdering her boyfriend in the same fashion that the character in her book murdered their boyfriend. And so Michael Douglas is investigating her, trying to, get answers out of her. But she's very, charismatic, and he ends up kind of falling in love with her and stuff, having some sort of love affair with her. And so it's really good. It's an early 90s thriller, a good detective film. And so definitely check that out sometime. Can't go wrong with Michael Douglas. Number 4 is called Nick of Time. That is Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken. Johnny Depp is basically just this regular run-of-the-mill dad who's in this he's in this hotel or something, or the airport. And Christopher Walken's a bad guy, and he's looking for someone who is willing to do anything to save their kid. And so he kidnaps Johnny Depp's daughter, and he basically tells him, look, if you don't murder the governor of Texas, then you will, we're going to kill your little kid. And then so Johnny Depp is in this weird predicament where he's trying his best to get around doing that. He tries to talk to the guy who shines his shoes in the hotel. He tries to get ways to reach out to people to let them know what's going on, but he has a hard time doing it. He only has X amount of time before he has to kill this politician before they kill his kid, who's out in a van somewhere. So it's really interesting. It's really good. If you like Johnny Depp and you've never seen some of his earlier films from the 90s, then definitely check this out. Johnny Depp really hit his stride with the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I liked some of the pirate movies, but Johnny Depp's best films were in the 80s and 90s, in my opinion. Anyway, so we're on to number 3. Number 3 is Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut is a Stanley Kubrick film starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Basically, Nicole Kidman I think is a therapist in the movie, maybe, and Tom Cruise is a doctor. And at one point, their marriage is kind of on the rocks, and she kind of tells Tom Cruise, hey, just to let you know, sometimes I think about, hooking up with other dudes and whatever. And so Tom Cruise is he's all shocked by it, oh crap, for real, or whatever. They have some drunken fight and say a bunch of stuff. And so then he goes and walks around New York City and gets into some drama. And this is one of those movies where I can't really tell you a whole lot about it, because if I even tell you what he gets into, it kind of ruins it a bit. But definitely a really good thriller. It's Tom Cruise working with Stanley Kubrick. I mean, that's an A-team right there. And yeah, it's set in New York, and it's a good mysterious film. When you watch it, it starts one way, and then by the end you're like, wow, wasn't expecting it to go there. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting, and just check it out. Just check it out. Number 2, Breakdown with Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell and his wife are traveling across country, going somewhere. Jeep breaks down. Well, it doesn't really break down. These dudes cut their lines or do something to their car at a gas station beforehand. Semi-truck pulls up, says, I'll give you a ride. Kurt Russell's wife gets in the truck. She rides off supposedly to the next gas station with the trucker. Well, Kurt Russell fixes the Jeep by himself before they get back, and he gets to where they were supposed to meet. Him and the trucker and his wife were supposed to meet, but they're not there. and he starts losing his shit and freaking out, like, where's my wife at? And turns out the trucker kidnapped her, and they want money or something like that. So very interesting, really good movie. I mean, it's damn near, I mean, it's just a great film. You got to check it out. If you've never seen Breakdown, check Breakdown out. It's fucking awesome. And my number one thriller of all time, I've made a video for this. It's dedicated. I have a whole video dedicated to this movie. But it's The Game with Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas pretty much plays a jaded billionaire who's not happy with life. And kind of, the moral of the story of the movie is that money doesn't make you happy. And so Michael Douglas is a jaded billionaire. His brother, Sean Penn, isn't really quite as jaded as him. And so he offers his brother, he gets him this gift. There's this company that does these games for you. And the game is catered to what you need. They do a psychological evaluation. They do a physical. They make sure that you're physically able to do things, mentally able to do things. And they provide a game for you. And the game essentially provides whatever's missing in your life. And so Michael Douglas goes on this wild ride throughout this movie. And at one point, the game goes too far. And you start to wonder, like, okay, is this really the game? Or is something more sinister going on? And I can't tell you any more than that. Just watch it, check it out. It's a badass movie. It's one of my top probably 20 movies of all time. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's my top 5 thriller movies of all time. If you've seen these and you like these movies, let me know down in the comments below. If you hate these fucking movies, let me know down in the comments below. And like and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but it always helps out in the algorithm. So, all right, guys, peace out. Bye-bye, peasants.